This is the Henson AL13, an all-metal safety razor weighing in at less than 40 grams with a lifetime warranty. And the razor itself is extraordinary, but more than just the specs, it is a gateway for anyone to receive a lifetime of silky smooth shaves for a fraction of the cost of a cartridge razor. Before we dive into the AL13's features, let's do a quick overview of the shaving landscape. You have four main types of razors. You have straight blades, safety razors, cartridge razors, and electric razors. And at the end of the video, I'll explain exactly why I think everyone using a cartridge razor should be considering a safety razor. But for now, I'm just gonna say that it's a better shave, it's gonna be less cost, doesn't take any real skill, it's gonna last you an entire lifetime with a metal safety razor, and there's no plastic waste. To me, these metal safety razors represent the Goldilocks option for anyone shaving. They're the perfect balance of cost, performance, longevity, and in this safety razor ecosystem, Henson happens to be one of the leaders. Now, Henson's reputation stems from their manufacturing expertise. They actually started off as a satellite parts manufacturer and eventually realized that razors demanded the same kind of precise machining that their team was capable of producing. And this precision shines through in the product. The blade fits through a 0.027 inch blade gap to extend just 0.0013 inches from the face of the AL13, that is about half the width of a human hair, at a shave angle of 30 degrees. And the tolerance on these measures are as tight as 0.00025 inches. The AL13 weighs in at less than 40 grams of aircraft-grade aluminum, which makes it one of the lightest safety razors on the market. Most others are made with stainless steel, zinc alloy, brass, even titanium, all of which are heavier than aluminum. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever seen any safety razor weighing in at less than the AL13. If you know of one, leave it in the comments. The handle of this razor is one piece, and the head is two pieces that sandwich the stainless steel blade by screwing into a standard 5mm thread on the handle. And this compression from the thread is what keeps your blade firmly in place and positioned at a 30-degree angle for a smooth cut. Now let's talk about weight. The weight of a safety razor is a divisive topic. There will be some people who say the heavier the better. That means it's got a more solid feel. You can kind of let gravity just do the work for you, and it sits well in your hand, while others will say lighter is better because it's more easy to maneuver. Frankly, this one is a personal choice, and you may have different opinions based on whether you're shaving just your face or if you're using these safety razors to shave your entire body. But if you are moving from cartridge razors to safety razors, you may actually find that the lightweight of the AL13 is a more familiar feel for you. I think Henson is a popular gateway for people to move from cartridge razors to safety razors. And for those people, I was one of them, this is going to be pretty similar in weight to something like a Gillette Fusion 5. The razor is nicely balanced too. The head comes in at less than 15 grams and the body comes in at less than 25. And although the weight may be similar to a cartridge razor, the feel can be different. The Henson AL13 has machined grooves all over the handle to give you a better grip. And you may also notice that the handle is much shorter than what you would find on something like a Gillette Fusion 5. In terms of design, Henson has a number of really nice touches on the AL13, and there's one thing that I would love to see added if the Henson team happens to be listening to this. First, I love that the blade face of the AL13 has a flat surface that is guiding you to the correct shaving angle. It takes out all the guesswork. All you have to do is line up that flat surface to be parallel with your skin. This is going to do nothing. This is also going to do nothing. But this sweet spot right here is going to give you the perfect shave. Some other razors have curved heads, which it looks fine aesthetically, but it doesn't really help you or guide you to the correct shaving angle. Second, there are these really wide, unobstructed channels running beneath the entire length of the razor head, making it really easy to clear out any hair or debris after shaving. This is a massive jump up, in my opinion, from what you might find on the back of a plastic or cartridge razor. The logo is also pretty discreet, which I love. It kind of looks like the logo blends into the rest of the machine grooves on the handle. Unless you're really looking for it, you probably won't notice it. But there is one thing that I would love to see Henson add to their razor, and that is a notch or some kind of visual indicator that I've correctly assembled the razor. Cameras use these kinds of visual cues to let you know when your lens is positioned correctly, and this would be incredibly helpful for me on the AL13. The first couple times I replaced blades on my AL13, I wasn't really sure if I had the head in the correct position, so I just kept tightening it with all of my force. And the trouble with using all your force on a small, smooth razor head is that your fingers are getting very close to the two edges of the exposed blade, and one slip could mean a couple big cuts. Another way to solve this problem could be to add machined grooves into the side of the razor head, just like there are on the handle. In terms of safety, I've been using the AL13 for a few months now. I haven't had any nicks or cuts along the way, but there are a few notes you need to remember if you are moving from a cartridge razor to a safety razor. The first is that cartridge razors typically have either a gel moisturizer or a plastic pad that protrudes out from the blades, so you actually have to apply a bit of pressure on a cartridge razor to get a close shave. With a safety razor, the blade is slightly exposed and the whole body's metal, so you don't have to apply any real pressure. You can kind of just let gravity do the work and pull the razor down your face or wherever you're shaving. One other note is that some cartridge razors have a pivoting head that will actually move to the contour of your skin as you shave. Most safety razors do not. They are fixed heads, and so you actually have to move the razor to the contour of your own body. And there isn't much harm in getting the wrong angle. You'll figure it out pretty quickly, but you just won't get a shave unless you have your razor positioned correctly. Now, one of the big concerns people have when considering switching to safety razors is that there is only one blade, rather than the 3, 4, or 5 blades you might get on a cartridge razor. And the assumption is always that more blades is a better shaving experience, but this is dead wrong. In fact, you can make a case that having 5 times as many blades leads to 5 times the skin irritation with every shave. It's a clever marketing strategy to suggest that the number of blades is somehow related to the quality of your shave, but that's really all it is, a marketing strategy. It's similar to how stainless steel pan manufacturers have gone from 3-ply stainless steel to 5-ply to 7-ply, all in a bid to outdo each other and prove to the customer that their pan is somehow better. It's just marketing. What really produces the clean shave of the AL13 is the effect of an all-metal body holding together a very sharp single stainless steel blade at the correct shaving angle with a very small blade gap. The number of blades is more or less a distraction. However, one bonus with the AL13, and actually most safety razors, is that they are double-edged. So you have one stainless steel blade, but you can make use of both sides of that blade. You can flip it over to the left or to the right. They're the exact same. This blade is symmetrical and you'll get the exact same shaving experience, but you get to make use of 2 sides of the same blade rather than just one. One of the other features I love is that this razor is incredibly compatible. It supports standard double-edged blades, so if you don't like the blades that Henson provides, you can go get your own, pop them in, they'll work just fine. I happen to use the RK blades that Henson does provide, haven't had a problem with them, but there are other brands like Feather, Astra, and others. I'll leave links to them in the description if you want replacement blades. You can also mix and match your handles thanks to the standard 5mm thread beneath the head. Henson sells a variety of stainless steel handles if you want something that is heavier, if you want a longer handle. It's all up to you. You can even put in handles from other brands. One more note on compatibility. Some razors are designed for specific body parts. The AL13 will cover everything. You can use this on your face, you can use this on your body. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, if you've got thin hair, if you've got thick hair, this will do it all. Now, if you do happen to have really thick hair or you shave very frequently and you want to be efficient, I'd recommend checking out Henson's AL13-M, which is their medium version. It's a little more aggressive and you'll be a little more efficient cutting through hair. All right, now we've talked all about the AL13. I want to finish this off explaining why anyone who owns a cartridge razor would be better off throwing it in the trash, going out and buying a safety razor. We've already covered how a safety razor can give you a closer shave than a cartridge razor, and how the precise placement of safety razor blades can prevent nicks and scratches. The format of a safety razor is actually pretty similar to a cartridge razor. The thing that everyone gets hung up on is the price. You walk into your local drugstore, you see an entire shelf full of cartridge razors. They're all selling for like $10. And then you go online and you see Henson's razor, or you see some other safety razor, and you see it's $70, or maybe it's $100. And you go, obviously it's a better bet from a price standpoint to go with a cartridge razor. That is dead wrong. It's a bit like going on a shopping spree with a credit card, coming home and thinking to yourself, wow, I just bought all this stuff for free. Let's look at the Gillette Fusion 5. It's one of the most popular cartridge razors, and I've found that it needs replacement cartridges just as often as I need replacement blades with my safety razor. Your mileage may vary on this, but for me, that's about once a month. The problem is that each cartridge replacement for the Gillette Fusion 5 costs $3, and each blade replacement for the AL13 costs 10 cents. It's literally just a single sheet of metal that you insert into your razor. There's nothing else to it. So over the course of a decade, that ends up being $360 spent on replacement cartridges for your $10 Gillette Fusion 5 versus $12 in replacement blades for your $70 Henson AL13. And since these metal safety razors last an entire lifetime, this one actually has a lifetime warranty, there will be no recurring expenses for the actual razor itself. You buy it once and it's yours forever. But the reason someone like Gillette can afford Super Bowl ads and placements on store shelves in every drugstore around the world is because they know that with every new customer they get, they're counting on an endless stream of repurchases of new cartridges and even new handles as your old plastic ones wear out. And this is going to continue for the rest of that person's life. Their average customer is spending way more money with them than Henson's average customer. So for cartridge razor brands, you are the recurring revenue. They are depending on you to provide them with income every single month, every single year for the rest of your life. And that makes for an incredible business model. All I'm saying is that as a user, you are going to spend less money and you're going to get a better shave by throwing away your plastic cartridge razor and buying one of these instead.